Brutal here at the Shreveport, Louisiana Regional. My goodness. Yo, please introduce yourself to the world. What did you do?
Hi, my name is Jude and I play second playing p.u.n.k.
p.u.n.k? My goodness. What made you decide to use this deck, man?
So funny story with this deck. I picked it up like 2-3 banlists ago on a Sunday. And then the next day I woke up and Hulk and Chaos Ruler were gone. And I'm just like, I already spent the money. So we're just going to keep playing this.
You just kept playing it?
And we just kept playing it, yeah.
Oh, man. Any shout-outs before we begin?
Shout-outs to my car. Shout-outs to every locals in Houston. Shout-outs to everyone in Houston. Big shout-outs to Ethan Nash and Zach Rodriguez. We played 4 games total between the two of them with against Labyrinth. But in those 4 games, I learned like a lot. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, sweet. Well, without further ado, please show us the punk goo.
All right, the punk goo. But first, gotta have the nice mat. Okay. So we'll start off with that main deck. So, very simple. We play 12 copies of Xiaoman. So we have Xiaoman herself, Ogre Dance, Foxy Tune, and the Teleport. I'm pretty sure most people are familiar with this. Like, this is a Rhoda for anything that's a level, not a level 8 punk. So not only can it grab the Zay, but it can grab all the little guys too if you're trying to like play around Nib or not get Ash doing the like standard line that gets you everything. Because that's like the greediest line, it's the best line, but it's also the worst because it loses to Ash, it loses to Nib, it loses to everything. But these are the names, the starters. Then we have our 5 other punk monsters, our Wagon, our Madam Spider, and our Shark Kusai. I see a lot of people usually play like 2 copies of this. I don't really think you need it. Most punk players have the second one, so that way they can like fuse again on the second turn or like do some sort of like bounce play, but you don't really need all that cute stuff. I feel like the bounce play is only good against trap decks, and if you're like going for it against any other matchup, you're just gonna lose to Nib, or just the bounce is so lackluster, especially with like all these like good cards like Talents, Thrust running around. You're just gonna get like, you're gonna get the bounce, they're gonna take your monster, they're gonna draw 2, they're gonna do something. It's just so easy to play around, but the fusion is nice, so we still have to play it. And then 2 Deer Note. I was a true believer of 3 of this card originally, but I decided to cut it down to 2. It's just kind of bricky, but you do need that level 5 body. And sometimes being able to just beam another monster out of hand because you opened up one is really nice. So it's like an extender, but not the best. And then last we have the spell and the trap. 2 field spell and 1 of the imperm. So you can play the imperm or the pop. The pop kind of sucks because you have to have a punk name on the field. And if you're leaving 2 names up for the pop, you're probably gonna get Lava Golem, and then the pop's gonna be dead. The imperm is just always good. Even if I draw this, which I hate drawing it because I'd rather just search it off of this, it's still nice to have. But yeah, and the field spell is insane. It's the only reason this deck is like has legs, because it's Pot of Greed. You draw 2. Every time a psychic monster activates an effect that pays life points up to twice per turn, you can draw a card, and then it's soft once per turn. You can banish a punk card from your graveyard to special summon a punk from your hand. So it's an extender, it draws you cards. Just really good all around. Next we have our supporting cast and our spells. We have 2 thrusts, 2 tactics. Originally, so a bunch of acquaintances of mine kind of modeled my deck off of their sprite list that they played at the 3v3, and they were siding thrust for going second. And the more I played with this card in games like 2 and 3, the more I realized like I would rather just have it main, because if I lose a dice roll, this card is just insane because it grabs you talents. So it's essentially like playing 4 copies of talents, and I think this card is just nuts. Talents itself, the draw 2s. I used every effect today. I used the draw 2, I used the look at hand, and I used the take. So talents is you have to play. It's just like mandatory right now in the format. And then 1 call by. Don't want to get ashed. Then hand traps. I played the best 9 hand traps. So 3 nib, 3 imperm, 3 ash. This one doesn't count, but it's searchable through your punk combo, so you might as well play the 1. This catches Casteria, catches Branded, catches Rogue decks. Imperm's just good all around. If you open up like Imperm, they can't talent you back or thrust you, so it's nice. And Ash is just Ash, and Ash catches a lot of stuff too, especially Branded. Everybody knows Ash the Branded fusion, they sometimes lose off of that. And sometimes against Cash, you can they go field spell and you Ash it, put them on better habit. But yeah, hand traps were okay today. Kind of wish I played Bell, but it is what it is. It wasn't in there. Then our last 6 cards, 3 Evenly, 3 Book of Eclipse. This should have been Bell. I did not use this card all day. It was just dead for me. So I sided it out almost every game. It was just so mediocre. Evenly though, goated, insane. Missing my battle phase isn't that big of a deal if I'm able to simplify the game state and make Psychic and Punisher, because most decks just can't deal with that. Or even setting up the triple bounce after evenly in them, it's just a wrap.
What's the meta count, man?
41, unfortunately.
41.
The extra deck. So we have 6 cards that you make and then 9 cards that don't matter. So 2 Jam, 2 Amazing Dragon, and 2 Psychic End. These are the cards that you are making the most. I'm pretty sure I summon 2 of these, and 1 of these every game. Jam Dragon is your searcher during the combo. You use it to either search the Ogre Dance or your follow. It just does it all. And sometimes you'll be able to get value off. Go into this early rather, because you'll gamma the opponent. Because I side gamma and just make this and get to cheat steps in the combo. This is the bouncer, but it also has an effect to reborn. So if you do go for the bounce on the opponent's turn and it stays up and it comes back around to your turn, you're probably just gonna win because you're gonna res this. This is gonna get you a search. If your field spell's still up, you're gonna get a draw. You're probably gonna search Zeama and you just snowball from there. And then we have towers. So most of the time when you go first, you're gonna play anywhere between 18 to 3K life points, and you're gonna make this in either attack or defense. I used to make this in defense, but I figured since most people are just crashing to try and clear their life points down, you just make an attack and you just don't pump during their first battle phase. But most people can't out the towers, and like I said, if you simplify the game state, towers plus hand traps, towers plus back row, most people are just gonna fold to this card. Then we have the 9 cards that don't matter. Chinging, Baron. They come up in testing a lot, but today I did not summon them at all. So, I mean, these cards are nuts, but just today they were lackluster. And Draco Berserker didn't come up today, but again, pretty good card. We have our 3 Link monsters, Unicorn, Asa, IP. I made Unicorn for the first time ever today. Round 1, I got hard body game 1 by a Scareclaw player, and I didn't read the Link 3. And so game 2, when you made the Link 3, I had to Unicorn out it. Asa's nice. This is mainly for all your monsters are Earth, but against Casteria, it's really cool because you can take their Fenrir, and I side Fenrir, so you take their Fenrir and use it to make one of your level 10 synchros. It didn't come up today, but it's there. And then IP, I've yet to make this card, but I'm probably going to change this for a Lambda. Then you have our 2 Xyz monsters, Hope Harbinger and Ding. Ding is an Avermax out. If the Sprite player makes IP Avermax, you lose. So Ding is the only thing that can out that card. And Hope Harbinger didn't come up today, but it's still an okay card. Sometimes you go a little bit crazy with rank 8 plays, so this will come up. And then the last card, most important but not important card, is the Fusion. So the reason why everything is a 1-card combo is because of this card. If you find a way to Zeaman, you go Zay, Kusai Fuse, make the Fusion tag out someone Wagon Deer Note search, Wagon search field spell, and it just snowballs. That combo will pay 3K, draw you 2 cards, give you a trap, and either a triple bounce or a psychic end, but you need this card to do that. So if Cash rips this, you just pray that you opened up multiple extenders so you don't have to go that line.
And real quick, your side deck?
Yeah. Sideboard, 3 Gamma, strongest monster in my deck. 3 Droll, 2 Fenrir. These are my monsters. I only sided in Fenrir once today. Well, twice against Labyrinth. The 2 Labyrinth players I played. Originally this was in the main deck, but the more I tested with the deck, the more I found myself siding it out of main. So this morning when I was building the deck, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna side Fenrir, and he only came in twice today, so I think he'll probably come out today after this, because he was just okay. 3D barrier. This was for the Boogeyman deck. One deck that I was afraid of the most, which was Branded, did come up against Branded. I drew all 3. He still won.
Oh man.
Branded in red is just crazy. So, but yeah, and this is also for Cashier and Sprite. You call XZs. If you're saucy and you're playing against Sword Soul, and you call Synchro, but that jeopardizes your Psychic End too, so don't do that. And then we have our 3 targets for Thrust when you go second. These slaughtered both of my matchups against Labyrinth, and Change of Heart I never drew, but it was still want to have it, because like if you look at like a lot of Sprite lists and cash lists, they're starting to run like Econ and stuff like that. Taking monsters is just insane. Yeah. And if you play against a cash player and you change a heart, take one of their monsters, take a 7, you can make a Baron, and the Baron's just gonna like tear apart their board and like give you protection for when they try and clap back. But yeah, that is my side.
Well, congrats on the top, bro.
Thank you.
Until next time, everyone.
All right, happy Black History Month.
Let's go.